Most creators take 6 to 12 months to monetize their YouTube channel, but Karl Bro did it in record time, and he turned it into a full-time income. Hi guys, my name is Des, and in under 3 weeks I managed to actually monetize my own channel using similar strategies. Today I'm bringing you the exact blueprint that helped both of us beat the YouTube odds. I've just interviewed Karl Bro, who not only got monetized faster than most creators, but he has built a thriving channel helping new YouTubers like you and me. And Karl has turned his YouTube knowledge into a full-time income. So guys, without further ado, let's dive into this value-packed conversation with Karl. Let's get into it. Karl, thank you so much for taking this interview and joining the interview. I really do appreciate that. As you know, this is a series of videos where I show my community people that have actually monetized their channels and have actually gone full-time on YouTube. So again, thank you so much for joining this interview. Appreciate that.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here, Des.
Lovely. And can you share what your motivation was to actually do YouTube full-time and actually make long-form videos, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so if we go all the way back, my original motivation was I always wanted to build a business and didn't really know what kind of business I wanted to build, and found out about YouTube and just dove headfirst into it as the best opportunity without needing permission from anyone. So just having the ability to be able to upload videos, and there are no checks and balances. No one has control over you. It's free. So anyone can get started and start building. So yeah, that's how we really got started.
Okay, cool. And what was you doing before, if you don't mind me asking? What was your occupation? Was it kind of video related, or was it something completely different?
No, it was actually completely different. I was an insurance broker. So I was working in corporate in the corporate cubicle and being like a sardine, getting chummed through there. Yeah, so it was really my way or ticket out of that corporate world. So that was really my driving force and motivation to learn YouTube and to get into the business of YouTube, so that I could escape that full focused working zone, having a boss shouting over my shoulder and telling me when I could and couldn't go and leave. I remember I got to a stage, I was like 4 years into the job and I hadn't taken any leave. I had quite a intense boss who used to look over my shoulder and tell me what I must and mustn't do. And he came over to me and said, look, you're stacking up too much leave, so you need to actually take some leave. So I said, okay, well, can I put some leave in for next month? And he said, no, next month we've got a big renewal, so you can't take leave. So I was like, okay, well, how's 2 months' time? No, you can't take leave then. So I was like, well, what's going to happen if I don't take my leave? Oh, no, you're going to lose all your leave. So I was like, well, when can I take it then? Oh, find some time that works. So, yeah, I thought that was quite funny. Like, you must take your leave, but you can't take leave because we're too busy.
I'm with you.
And yeah, with everything that Elon Musk is doing now, it's quite interesting because
absolutely,
that's what our boss would do. When I started, there were 20 of us in the team, and then within a year there were 7 of us, and we were doing like 30 to 40% more work than we were with the full team. So it was just like cut anyone that's inefficient, and then we had to reapply for our job every year. So it was quite an intense environment to be in. I mean, it's hard because from my sporting background, I'm quite competitive. So the corporate environment was good for me because I like competing and working harder and climbing the corporate ladder. So like you can get caught up in that really quickly. And I did. I got caught up for 4 or 5 years and lost sight of my goal. And luckily managed to step back and look at the big picture and be like, hey, it was actually an older guy that came back. He had retired from the insurance world and run out of money. So he came back to work for us as a consultant. And he said to me, his name was Dave, he said, Karl, just listen to me now. Don't get too stuck in this corporate world because you're going to land up like me. Do you want to be doing the same job in 40 years' time? And I was like, jeepers, like that's quite intense. I was like, no, I definitely don't want to be stuck in a job like this. I want to get out. I want to own my own business. I want to have control of my time and how I spend my time and what I spend my time on. So choosing my own projects that really drive fulfillment and drive learning and curiosity and all those fun things. So yeah, it was quite interesting to get that wisdom from him after the mistakes that he had made, to kind of give me that guidance as a young man.
Okay.
Be like, hey, get your head up, like stop working so hard. Yeah. And then the hard thing is to then take that risk, because when I did tell everyone, hey, I'm saving. So I saved 20% of my income for 5 years. So I had like a year's worth of living expenses.
Wow, 20% of your income.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I just cut everything, and it was hard. I mean, like all my friends were buying fancy cars and going on fancy holidays, and there's sacrifices that you need to make in order to follow your dream. And then when I told everyone, hey, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to start a business, and then eventually explaining that I'm going to start a business on YouTube, yeah, there was just pure panic and like, what are you doing? Like, you can't do that. That doesn't work. That's not a real job. Like, how are you going to live?
So what made you choose YouTube as a vehicle? Because obviously you could have gone into real estate, you could have gone into crypto, you could have gone into so many different things. What made you choose YouTube? That's quite a fascinating one, really.
So, yeah, quite interesting. I was a little bit involved with websites and building out websites in the beginning. So my original idea was, I want to get out of the corporate world. I want to get out of the concrete jungle. I'm going to go into the bush and I'm going to teach people how to take wildlife photographs on a safari and guide people on wildlife safaris. So that was the original plan. And I did that for 3 or 4 months. And the clients that I was working with, I just didn't get along with them. We didn't see eye to eye. They were hugely demanding and wanted this and wanted that changed. And so just not all that I thought it would be. So interesting to go and do that. And then I came back and I started helping local businesses with like SEO and websites and getting websites set up. And then it would take us like 9 or 12 months to rank a website on Google and start getting any impressions. And with all the research and the learning I was doing, I discovered YouTube and like started looking at YouTube versus building websites and ranking them on Google. And I was like, a YouTube video you can publish and within 1 day it can rank, even like for a small business.
Yeah.
Whereas with Google, like you put up your website, you can optimize it as much as you want, you put all the backlinks you want, but the traffic is so slow.
Yeah.
So that like return on investment, I started to err towards YouTube videos. And if you go way back on my channel, my first few videos were like literally how to build a website with WordPress. And it was like, this is how you delete your sample pages, and this is how you create your first about page, and like very, very basic and scary to look back on. But
so you were one of the original OGs then, really, because I remember making websites as well and trying to do different websites and using spinning tools and all different types of things. But I think very, very early on, I saw that a YouTube video was a lot easier to rank on Google than a blog post. And it looks like you come from a similar sort of direction as well, a similar sort of place, really.
Yes. Yeah. So interesting that like both our journeys have been on the same path. So that's how we originally got started. And then I think once you get into the world of YouTube and like you start understanding all the parts and putting it all together, it's such an exciting game and challenge to make new videos and follow new projects and learn as you go along. So that's really where we enjoyed the game of YouTube. Is there's so many pieces to the puzzle, and once you work it out, it's amazing how many people you can reach all around the world. Yeah. And then if you can help someone solve a small problem, like how grateful they are and how they respond to you. And it's so lovely to see that we can help people. And that really kept me going, is when I can hear that I've helped someone and helped them solve a problem that they were stuck on. Yeah, it's really fulfilling and enjoyable.
100%. Cool. Well, thank you very much for that. Really enjoyed your history of how you got into YouTube. So it'd be nice to now get into the specifics of your YouTube channel, because obviously we've all got to start somewhere. How do you think that you got your first 100 subscribers? Obviously, you probably had family and friends. I'm not going to put words into your mouth, but you probably had family and friends that probably subscribed first. But the first 100 is quite hard to get 100 people of your own personal friends to actually subscribe. So how do you feel that you got your first subscribers on your channel?
Yeah, it is. So like the start of YouTube is always really, really tough. That first, and you spot on, that first 0 to 100 subscribers is the hardest part of the journey. When we started making videos, we were terrible on camera. We couldn't talk well on camera. I didn't know how to make like videos, like settings on the camera, and I had no idea what lighting and audio, and like no clue at all. I'd taken photos like of wildlife before, and I had a camera, so I was lucky that I had a camera, but no idea how the video worked on the camera or anything like that. So we made a lot of videos. I think we made, I'm guessing, but 30 or 40 videos, and like got no results. Like when I say no results, we got 3 views or 6 views, and the video was just dead. Like no one engaged with it. No one watched it, or someone would click on it and then click off after a few seconds. So that was really disheartening to see, and like to put work into a video and like try and film it and try to talk to camera and try edit it. And back then, like because I had no clue, it would take me like 20 hours to do a 2-minute tutorial on how to delete your sample page on WordPress. And then it would get 3 views, and I'd be like, I don't think that I'm cut out for this. So yeah, and then I was obviously browsing and looking at what all the big YouTubers were doing, and I can't remember who it was, but someone said to me, you just need to get more reps in. You just need more videos. So I was like, okay, well, I can do that. So I came up with a plan that I would do 90 videos in 90 days. So every day I would make a video and get it up. No matter
that was
what.
your plan then. That wasn't following someone else's plan. That you personally decided to do that, do 90 videos in 90 days.
Yeah. So decided, and I old school. I got like pieces of paper. I can share some of the photos of back in the day. I got 3 A4 pieces of paper, and I drew out the lines on there. I put the dates, and then I published my first video, and I put a big X across the first day. And the next day I put another big X, and I published my video. And I was like, that's it for those 90 days. Yeah, my family got very cross with me. And my girlfriend at the time fired me. So she broke up with me. She's like, you're mad. I'm not spending time with you. I can't spend time with you because you're making videos all the time. So it was big sacrifices that I had to make. But I was like, my only focus was, can I put an X? Can I publish a video, and can I put an X on this calendar? So, and just focusing on that is like, doesn't matter how good the video is, doesn't matter how bad the thumbnail is, doesn't matter how bad the recording, it doesn't have to be a certain amount of time. All you have to do is just publish a video.
I think that's something that's quite hard for a lot of YouTubers to get their head around, isn't it? I think we've spoken about this before regarding trying to compare yourself to the people that are in your browse. So the people who are on that front screen, they're generally there for a reason. They've done very well on their YouTube channel, or they've got a big team. And I think what a lot of new YouTubers do is they kind of compare themselves to those people, and they don't understand that you need to make a lot of videos, and not necessarily very, very quickly, but you need to make a lot of videos in order to learn the process. And it sounds like that's what you did with your process, Karl.
Yeah. So the problem with YouTube today is, and like this is hard for everyone to wrap their head around, but before YouTube, before the digital age, you used to, as a human being, compare yourself to the people around you in your community that were really good at what you wanted to do. So in your little small town or your little small community back in the day before the internet, you would probably have 100 or 200 people that you would look at in your circle of influence, and you'd be like, oh, he's really good at mowing his lawn, so I want to be as good at him as him at mowing my lawn. And that's who you would compare yourself to. And because your community, the people that you interact with, is very limited, that's all we were exposed to. Now with the digital age, the problem that we have on YouTube is you are now seeing the best of the best in the world. So instead of seeing the top 10%, you're seeing the top 0.001% in the world at YouTube of the 12 videos that you see on your homepage. Now you comparing yourself to the best of the best in the world. Instead of comparing yourself to the top 10 or trying to set your standards off the top 10, you're now comparing yourself to the 0.01%, which creates a whole lot of challenges. And unfortunately, as human beings, that's what we do. We compare ourselves to everyone that we see in our influence. And it's hard to see, but if you go back to those big YouTubers, there are your outliers, but most of them have been making videos for 10 years.
Absolutely.
And they've published over 1,000 videos, so they've got the reps in. Most of them have big teams by now, so they have 10 people making the video instead of just one person. So it's really hard when you're starting out on your journey to compare yourself to that person who's been doing it for so long. And I always like to compare it to the MMA fighting. So imagine you like, oh, I'm going to go and fight in the MMA, and you get in the ring with Conor McGregor. You have no chance. You're going to get knocked out the first time he punches you because you have no experience. You don't know what it's like. So like, just be kind to yourself when you're starting out. But the best thing you can do is put yourself into a challenge like I did. I mean, when you started out, Des, I know you went through the reps better than anyone else I've seen. So it's so important to just practice, and focus more on the process than the outcome. So don't get too focused on what the video looks like and what kind of views you're getting. Your first 50 videos, your first 100 videos are probably going to be terrible. So don't worry about how many views they get, what people say in the comments. Don't just focus on the process of making a video. Can I come up with a good idea? Can I make a good thumbnail? Can I write the title well? Can I have a good hook so I can convince people to watch my video? And then can I talk to camera naturally? Do I need to work on my lighting, or is my audio terrible? There are little things that you can work on, and just work on one thing at a time, because YouTube's like doing 17 jobs all at once. If you try and do everything in the beginning, you can't. So just focus.
I can't remember who it was that said that improve 1% with each video. I can't remember. It's obviously a famous little quote, isn't it? But it rings true, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I always, everyone that I talk to, I try and be like, just focus on one thing. To like forget about everything else. And then the other thing is like getting the reps in is really important, but having direction. So in my 90-day challenge, I got to, I think it was day 20 or day 25. And I was like, this is good and I'm getting better, but I have no idea what I just need a little bit of direction. And that's when I went out and found a mentor to look up to and to learn from. And I think that's so important, is find someone who you can look up to, who's making videos like you want to make videos, and who's got the kind of results that you want. And when I say results, I mean the outcomes that you want. Are they creating the kind of videos you want? Are they close? They don't have to be in your niche, but quite close to your niche. So you don't want to find a mentor who's like Mr. Beast, who's doing entertainment videos when you want to do educational videos. So try and find the person that is in your direction and living the kind of life that you want. So to learn from. So the guy that I eventually found was Sean Cannell from Think Media.
Okay.
And I went and did his course, Video Ranking Academy. And back then it was a great course. And it just gave me a little bit of direction and a little bit of structure to everything that I was doing that helped me just focus on the right things that move the needle.
Sure.
Because the biggest thing with YouTube is 80% of your results are going to come from 20% of your actions. And in the beginning, it's even worse. It's like 10% or 1% of your actions give you 99% of your results. So understanding those small actions that move the needle the most, if you can focus on those, focus your energy in the beginning on those, that's going to help you get over that first hard hurdle of the 0 to 100 subscribers and then the 0 to 1,000 subscribers, which is so important to get over that hump in the beginning.
Absolutely. So, so we got you to your first 100 subscribers. That you basically did that by just doing the reps, improving on each video, and as you did that, the subscriber base started to grow. Next question really for you then is, what was the breakthrough, do you think, in your channel? Whatever you consider to be a breakthrough, but what do you consider to be the main breakthrough of your channel?
I think the big breakthrough for me was understanding my audience. So understanding what they were thinking and what problems and challenges they were going through. As soon as I switched my video idea selection from, hey, I like this topic, I'm going to make a video about this because I enjoy talking about this, to I'm thinking about my audience and what's best for them. What do they need right now? How can I give and deliver value to them using the format of video? As soon as I made that switch, that's when I started getting all the comments. And as soon as I got the comments, then the subscribers came. And this is so valuable. I can't believe you helped me with this. I've been searching online for 10 hours and your video helped me fix this problem.
Must be a good feeling.
So good, dude. Because and it, like, coming from all over the world and like different people, and that's what really opened my eye then is, you never know what your audience is going through, but if you can understand the journey that they're on, you can create videos to meet them at that journey when they're ready for that information.
Absolutely.
And that's I think is so amazing about the YouTube videos is you can create an entire library to take someone from like the start of a journey all the way to the end of the journey. And if they find you, they can accelerate that journey by watching all your videos and doing and learning from your experience. They can accelerate their progress so much faster than we used to without access to that kind of information. And
so much easier now, isn't it?
Mm.
So next question for you is what sort of techniques do you think you use in order to grow your channel? Obviously, there's a lot of people watching this now, some that haven't started their channels yet, and some that have existing channels and they just want to try to improve their techniques in order to make their videos better. Can you just explain to us what sort of techniques you use, maybe some of the tools that you use to improve your videos?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a big search man. So I think growing a channel and getting a channel off the ground, the best way is to not compete in the big arena. So don't go and box against Conor McGregor because he's going to knock you out. Let's try and find a smaller arena where you have more chance of winning a competition there. So going for the search-based content and answering very specific questions.
Cool. Can you just explain the search-based content for some of those that don't know what that is, if you don't mind?
Sure. So on YouTube, you normally go into the homepage and you'll see your 10 or 12 videos. That's your homepage or browse. That's the traffic source that the creator is looking at. When you search in that search box, so if I want to bake a cake, I'm going to come in there and I'm going to search how to bake a cake. And then YouTube's going to look at that search query and produce the videos that answer that question in the best possible way. So what I like the new YouTubers to do in the beginning is, if they're going to do a baking channel and teach people how to bake cakes, think about where are your strengths. Are your strengths in baking chocolate cakes, or are your strengths in baking carrot cakes that are a little bit more healthy but still for people who have a sweet tooth? If you can get more specific, instead of making a video on how to bake cake, where there are millions of people making videos, if you go into how to bake carrot cakes and it's for healthy people who are more concerned about their health, you have a much better chance of meeting the person where they are and ranking in YouTube search when you become more specific.
Sure.
And that's still very broad, even going to the carrot cake. We could go, if you want to get really specific on it, we can go into how to bake a carrot cake without eggs, if you don't want to cook with eggs. And then if you don't say the person doesn't have an oven, we can be like, how to bake a carrot cake without eggs in a microwave. Now we're getting
that's very,
very, very focused.
Yeah.
not a lot of people are going to do that, but there's a small audience out there. And when I say small audience, you need to understand the video is going to the entire world. So if there are 1,000 people that are interested in baking carrot cakes without eggs in microwaves, 1,000 people, still a lot of people to talk to. So
Absolutely.
it's still a decent audience for a new YouTube channel to get started. And that could be your first 1,000 subscribers. If you create a very specific video that helps them solve a specific problem and solve that problem quicker than they could by themselves, they're going to find you valuable and they're going to then subscribe to your channel.
I think you even used the analogy in one of the one-to-ones that we did, because obviously I'm in the B group of one of your communities. You use the analogy of online, it doesn't feel like a lot of people if 1,000 people watch your video, but just think if you're actually speaking to somebody or speaking to this crowd in an arena and you had 1,000 people there, that's kind of where your mindset needs to be when you're making your videos, right?
Yeah. So that goes back to you always comparing yourself to the big guys. And we always want 100,000 views or 1 million views. And if you get 20 views on a video, you still need to be grateful because those are real people and those are real people that you may have helped solve a specific problem. So think about it, especially when we're starting out getting used to talking to camera. If you have to stand up and talk in front of 20 people or 100 people, that's still quite a big audience that you are delivering your message to. And it's a lot of people to reach if you're going to help people. I mean, you only really need 100 true fans when you're starting out with your business, and 100 customers will be a big business for most people. So don't overthink the whole process when you're starting out. Think about every view is a human being out there, and how can you help them the most by delivering the best video for them.
Sure. And can you just, I don't know if we covered it. Did we cover the tools that you use as well, Karl, in order
So let's dive
to
into
grow your channel?
Yeah. Good point. So when I'm researching, trying to find the right kind of questions that my audience is asking, there are a lot of keyword research tools out there, but we use vidIQ the most.
Okay. Yeah.
And it just helps you understand. They do a lot of analysis in the background to look at the competition for a certain specific keyword and the search volume for that keyword. So the how to bake a cake will have high search volume and high competition. So what you'll find is the broader terms that have more people searching on a regular basis, there will be more competition there because there's more chance to make money, more views in that arena, and then the bigger YouTubers tend to make videos for that. So it makes it a lot harder for the small channels to target those. So that's where we use the keyword research tools like a vidIQ to find the more specific longer tail keywords, because it's not always easy to understand that people want to bake cakes without eggs. And that's where vidIQ can help you, because they will look at all the data and be like, hey, well, a whole lot of people are interested in making cakes without eggs. So maybe like give you those video ideas. And then once you've chosen your video topic, it's also nice to get different keywords or keyword tags to use for that video, because what YouTube's doing is they'll look at your search query in YouTube and they will try and understand the user intent of that search query.
Sure.
And how to bake a cake is not a good example, but if someone typed in how to live for longer and be healthier, YouTube would look at that and they would interpret that search query as the intention is that someone is looking for a video about longevity. So if someone made a video just about longevity, they would serve that video up because they've looked at the keywords and try to understand the user intent. So
Absolutely.
Google and YouTube are moving more towards understanding that intent. So it might not be the specific keyword, but you need to understand that in your niche to understand where there are more opportunities to reduce your competition.
Yeah. And I think I just wrote that a post in one of the forums actually, where I was saying that if you're going to make videos, especially for your channel, try to keep them closely linked to the person that you're trying to reach online.
Yes.
I think a lot of YouTubers, what they do is they post lots of different things and they've got lots of different interests, but they don't know that if they want to try to build their channel, they need to speak to a certain person, a certain, I don't know, avatar, as it were. I think you agree. Well, yeah, I know you agree, because that's the sort of thing we went through in the on the one-to-one.
Yeah. So it is a big thing that we teach inside our courses, and it's so important to have that consistency of focus, because in the beginning, when you first start publishing videos on your channel, YouTube's trying to understand the videos and who you're making videos for, so they know who to show those videos to. And a lot of new YouTubers aren't 100% sure on what kind of videos they want to make or who those videos are for. So they kind of make videos about how to bake a cake, and then they make a video about traveling to Thailand, and then they make a video about sleep routine, and it's like just spray. And so YouTube has no idea who to try and show your videos to. So the consistency, when we talk about consistency, it's publishing videos, so getting those reps in, but also consistency in, I have a focus for the kind of people that I'm talking to and what they are interested in.
Sure.
The more focused you can be, the quicker you're going to grow your YouTube channel. So your results will actually be faster. And you'll see it happening so much more with a lot of the big YouTubers. They've gone too broad in the beginning, and now they've gone and remade a channel and just chosen their focus. And what I like about a really focused channel, and the reason why all these big YouTubers are doing that, they're stopping channels with 1 million subscribers, 500,000 subscribers, and restarting, is because with a more focused channel and more focused content, people know what they're coming for. And the people that you attract are only interested in the very focused niche that you are talking about. And that leads to a more profitable business. So when you monetize with the courses or community, or however you decide to monetize the channel, your conversion rates are so much higher, because everyone you're talking to is interested in your topic and probably very interested in your offer or your product that you have for them. So the big YouTubers have realized that you don't need millions of views to have a very profitable business.
No.
You can make good money with very, very little views. And then just going back to your point, Des, where you don't need a lot of views, 20, 100 views. If it is the right people, with 20 views, you can make more money than a video about cats doing funny things that has 100,000 views. Yeah. So just understanding that you can't compare yourself to everyone on YouTube. Every niche and every channel is different. And what we promote, the personal brand journey, is you are unique even within your niche. So you can try and compare yourself to other people in your niche, but you are actually so different as an individual. And that's like one of the special things that I really like about YouTube. Like, I don't see other YouTubers competition. It's everyone is different. Everyone has their own brand and their own personality, and no one can be as good as you at being you.
No, so exactly.
The power of the personal brand. And as we go more digital, and as we go into the AI age, and everyone starts using these AI voiceovers and AI videos, and it's just the people that are genuine personal brands that are creating human connections with people, they're going to skyrocket, because that's what people are going to want. If you log on to YouTube and there are 11 videos and you can see they're made by robots and there's a human being, I know what video I'm going to watch.
Yeah. I think that's the same, the case for most people as well. So going on the monetization journey then, when you first started your channel, did you have monetization in mind, or was it just you wanted to grow your channel first and then monetize? Just explain to us what your thought process was when you started your channel regarding the monetization side of things.
Yeah, so when I started Des, it was all about monetizing. That was the only thing on my mind. And I think it is true for a lot of YouTubers when they're starting out. It's like, I just want to monetize this thing as quickly as possible. So it's so hard to connect the dots looking forward. But when I look back at, I actually ended up doing 100 videos in 100 days, but the challenge was 90. When I look back on those initial videos,
yeah,
I can see because out of my 90 videos, 2 videos did well, and
Okay.
2 of them monetized the entire channel.
Wow.
The
Yeah.
rest,
Something
the
happened with
rest
my
were
channel
like,
as well. Yeah.
yeah. So I think you can get closer to 20%, but yeah, for me it was like 2%
Mm.
of the videos got me like 90% of the views and watch hours and subscribers. So looking back, it's like you just need one good video,
Absolutely.
one good video to do well, and you'll be amazed at the compounding effect of publishing videos. And then once one video does well, you got a library of videos that are, hopefully, if you've listened to Des or me, they focused on the same topic and they are what your audience is interested in. Then it's this cascade overflow into your library of videos, and that rising tide lifts all your videos. So suddenly all your videos start getting views,
Mhm.
and your watch times increase and your session times increase, and all those fancy words that everyone talks about. YouTube suddenly starts to see, oh, we found this person's audience, and this is the kind of person. So as they get more data, they're like, oh, we can show this to more people,
Yeah.
and that's when your momentum starts for your channel. So
How did it feel when you first got monetized as well? Because I
I was
mean, a
over
lot of people can't imagine how it feels, do they? But everyone's got their own little feeling on as soon as they get monetized.
yeah,
What was the feeling for you?
I was over the moon. Des. I was like, this is the best thing ever. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna make so much money. And then and then your first YouTube paycheck comes in and you've made $4.50. Okay, I need a new plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the scale and
So
with
true.
everything, like you learn as you go through YouTube. So the getting monetized on YouTube, it's a very nice milestone. It's a very nice
Yeah.
place to start. But there's so much more to the game and
Yeah.
to the business of YouTube and to
100%.
growing relationships and then building out the digital courses, and that's where the real money is
Hey, actually,
solving.
sorry to interrupt you. That leads us to quite nicely into my next question, actually, because I was going to ask you, once you get monetized, I'm not too sure some of the people watching this video realize is you can actually make money on many different sources of things that you can do with your channel. So obviously, the monetization route is one thing. Can you just explain some of the other monetization channels you looked at for your channel?
Yeah, sure. So a lot of the new YouTubers obviously look at the ad revenue and think that's where YouTubers make all their money. And getting monetized on YouTube, getting ads on your videos, it's really exciting and it's nice to be part of the YouTube Partner Program. But that's probably 5 to 10% of YouTubers' income. The YouTubers that have set up a good business and a good business structure. There's so many more ways to monetize. You can go into affiliate income or affiliate commissions promoting other companies' products. So a lot of people that don't understand the affiliate income think of it as I'm a salesman for another company's product. And every time I send them a sale from my YouTube videos, they
Mhm.
send me a sales commission. So it's like being a salesman, but the nice thing is you can be a salesman for 10 different companies. So it's way better than being employed as a salesman. So that's a nice place to start.
Sure.
The digital products or the communities that you can build around it are the most powerful way to go,
Mhm.
because the digital products solve big complex problems, and that's the journey that you can take your audience on. And that's where I really like to focus my energy, is how can you create this transformation for someone, because it's so rewarding to watch someone go from having a goal and having this big gap and then getting across that bridge and making that transformation and making the improvements. And YouTube's just the one that I always go back to, but learning those 17 jobs. So how do I become a good presenter? How do I
Mhm.
become good at monitoring my audio? How do I become good as a light technician so I can light my videos? How do I become good at copywriting so I can write scripts for my videos? How do I become a good designer so I can make nice thumbnails? And watching that transition and that journey as this person grows and learns these new skills and learns to apply them to their channel and to their business to grow out is lovely to watch that transformation. But the digital course side is really understanding your audience and
Mhm.
finding a problem that they value and want solved and helping them on that journey.
Sure.
And then there's channel sponsorships. So you can get channel sponsorships, sponsoring videos. You can get a full channel sponsor.
When you say channel sponsor, can we just double click on that? So double click's my latest keyword. I like that. But if we can double click on that, because the thing is, a lot of people think of sponsorships as like big, massive companies, sponsoring your video. Can you just explain a little bit more about that? Because it's an interesting part, and I know a lot of YouTube channels make more money on their channel sponsorships or the video sponsorships than they do on the AdSense side. So yeah, if you can explain that, that'd be great.
Yeah, so the channel sponsorship is an interesting one. So that's where a company will approach you and ask you to do a promotion for them. So it could be an entire video talking about their product. It could just be a segment where they want you to talk in a video. And you'll notice these more in podcasts than you will in the normal videos. But everyone's starting to do them more, to have a little ad read in the video. So it might be 2 or 3 minutes into the video, and then they'll do an ad read for the product, promoting the product. One of the ones that you'll see going a lot around YouTube is athletic greens. So 2 or 3 minutes in, you'll hear them talking about it, and it'll break from, you'll feel the difference in the video, and they'll be reading about how good athletic greens is for you and how you must take it every day, and it'll make you healthy, and it'll make you an Olympic athlete in 30 days. And so the nice thing about this is brands and companies are starting to see the value in a YouTuber who has a loyal audience, because the audience trusts them and trusts what they say. So the YouTube creators that are partnering with brands and brand deals that align with their audience and the type of video that they make, they are doing really well, because it's not like someone is advertising a new car to someone who lives in Amsterdam who doesn't drive cars, who rides a bicycle every day. So the relevance is way better when you partner with a brand, and then that becomes a lot more natural. What you're also seeing a lot now is YouTubers building their own companies, and then they sponsoring their own videos. And Mr. Beast is our best example that we can use with his Feastables chocolates. So you'll see he'll run a video, and then he'll have an ad read showing the Feastables, 30 seconds or a minute, talking about the new chocolate bar, and it's the new dark, and it's a salt flavor, and the cocoa is reliably sourced and not using child labor in Africa. And he gives his whole spiel about his company, and that platform that the YouTubers and the brands get to talk from is amazing. And that's where you will see the attention that you can get by building a brand and building a loyal audience that enjoys your videos because you deliver valuable videos to them. That's the value that you're building as you put all this hard work into growing your YouTube.
In fact, I mean, what channels can do, especially if their production quality is quite good, they can actually start making money on the sponsorship side before they even get monetized, right?
Yeah. So that's the really nice thing about the sponsorships and also the affiliate products. You can start monetizing before you reach that 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. So the small channels, you can start making money. Even with your own digital product, you can start making money. The handbrake with the digital product is it takes time to build out a product that's valuable, and that investment before you know what your audience actually likes and do they actually want to buy the product. So I would hold off on the building of a digital product at the start, and promote an affiliate product, and then try and find brands that are interested and happy with the way that you deliver stuff and align with your audience. Those are the two things that I would work on monetizing at the beginning. The best thing you can do is delay the monetization. If you can delay monetization a little bit longer than you need to, if you don't need the money right now, I understand some of us need to make money and need that money right now. But if you can delay it, all it does is it helps you stay focused on making the most valuable video for your audience.
In fact, that's what we did with my channel, my existing channel. That's kind of the advice you gave me, because I think I asked you whether I should start looking for sponsorship yet, and you said, well, no, just hold on. Let's build the channel up. Let's try to build a subscriber base, I mentioned about doing a newsletter. You encouraged me to do the newsletter because obviously the more sources that you have where you can actually show the person's product, the better. Yeah, so that's what you encouraged me to do. So yeah, that aligns perfectly.
Yeah, I think it's such a good tactic to do, because if you get it right, and you will, if you're focusing on the right things and you've got the right kind of mentor guiding you, you will grow way quicker than you think you will. YouTube, it's really odd, and I've got to make sure I'm pointing the right way here when it comes out on video. So I might give you 2 days. So when the YouTube channel is growing, it's so hard to see in the beginning, but you'll see it when you look back now. The compounding effect, you go like this, and then it just skyrockets like that. I mean, the compounding effect, if you go like this, it's slow, and this is where everyone wants to monetize, and this is where everyone wants to get those brand deals. But if you can just hold off for a little bit longer, a few more videos, you'll be skyrocketing here. And if you're talking to a brand up here with your audience size and the views you've got and the influence you've got, the attention, your brand deal is going to be so much better.
Yeah, you're kind of in a stronger position, aren't you, really, if you've got a decent subscriber base than a smaller one. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get a much better brand deal, you get paid better value. And the nice thing with brand deals is the companies and the products are starting to come around to giving the YouTubers the upside. So you'll get your brand deal or your sponsorship, but you also get a lot of upside on if we outperform, if this video does really well, if we make you a lot of sales, you get part of that commission. So don't always take your first brand deal. Like, have a discussion, talk about it. And there's a good negotiation in there where you can learn good things, and you can also get a better deal on the upside.
So I think that ties quite closely in the community side of things then, really. Obviously now you were monetized, and I think maybe you were kind of, I don't know, were people approaching you about making videos or starting YouTube channels? But what made you actually start your community? Because I think one of the things that helped me in building my channel and then eventually get monetized was that kind of community feel, the advice that people were giving you. What made you start the first community?
Yeah, so the reason why we started the community was we can help more people that way. So our big overall vision is, how do we help the most people? How do we reach the most people? And that's just delivering more value to more people. So the leverage that you get out of a video, if I'm helping one person with my time, I can only help that person. But if I make a video, I can help 10 people, I can help 100 people, I can help 1,000 people with that one video, that knowledge that we record in that video.
Sure.
And that's where the power of the community comes in, is everyone can grow and learn together. And in the community, it's not only about me teaching and guiding people. The community members can now come together, and that's why we've called it a mastermind. Everyone can give each other advice and learn from each other's mistakes. So a lot of our new community members, they're going through that challenge of those initial reps. And if you can do that with other people, you learn from their mistakes, you learn from their successes, you learn from the feedback and discussions that everyone's having with each other. If I had that in the beginning, we could have got 10 of the 90 videos to do well, and our channel was grown 5 times as fast. So getting that community feel, and the discussions and the weekly calls, and I've got a problem with this, and sharing it, and everyone can give you that feedback, is super, super powerful. So yeah, that's our big thing, is how do we leverage the time that we have, and using video as that leverage platform. I always have this discussion with my friends who are employed as salesmen, and they always say, like, how can you do so well? You don't work that hard. So I'm like, I said to him the other day, he asked me that, and I was like, well, you know what? When you get out of bed, like when you knock on your first door, I've already knocked on 1,000 doors.
Yeah.
The videos that I've published have already spoken to 1,000 people. So to understand that every video you make is like a little employee that works every single day, 24/7, doesn't take sick days, doesn't get tired, doesn't need a break, doesn't complain, they just keep working every single day. And that library, as you start publishing more videos and growing that kind of leverage, the amount of people you can reach and the amount of people that you can help it's hard to wrap your head around at the beginning.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty about the YouTube videos, and I think you've just touched on that actually. It's the fact that once you produce it, it's done then, isn't it? You don't need to do anything more on it. Or obviously, if you've got a lot of comments coming through, you need to obviously reply to those comments. But once you've put the video there, it's pretty much there forever. If you compare that to maybe a platform like Instagram or even X, it hasn't got that sort of lifespan, has it? Than a YouTube video.
Yeah, and that's why the big thing that we promote and the focus of the search-based content, the lifetime you get out of a video. We've got some videos that are 4 or 5 years old and they're still getting 100, 200 views every single day. I mean, if you look back at a post on Instagram from 2 years ago, I'm pretty sure that thing's not getting any more views. If you get a good video on Instagram, you're going to get a week, maybe 2 weeks of it going viral, and you can get lots of views. But what kind of quality attention are you getting on a platform like Instagram or TikTok?
Sure.
And that's why I always like to talk to new people who are like, I'm doing Instagram and YouTube. I'm like, I think you should make a decision and focus on one, because the quality of a view on an Instagram or a TikTok compared to the quality of a view on YouTube is very, very different. The attention, the big thing with YouTube is the intention that people come onto YouTube with is normally to learn something or to find an answer to a question. The intention that people go into Instagram or TikTok with is, I've got 20 minutes to kill. I just feel like relaxing and scrolling through.
Yeah.
And it's also like, compare a YouTube video, a 10-minute YouTube video, to a 2-hour-long movie. The attention that you're getting on one view of a 2-hour-long full movie is very different to a 10-minute video.
Absolutely.
So, understanding that a 10-second TikTok video that's getting 1 million views, a video on YouTube that's 5 minutes that's getting 100 views is probably more valuable than 1 million views on TikTok.
Totally agree. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot here now. So this channel here is a new channel. Obviously, I'm just kind of sharing my journey on getting this channel monetized. So to help the viewers, would you say there's some sort of formula in starting from 0 to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours? I'm not saying that you need to give us all the steps, but what steps would it take in order to do that as a new YouTuber?
Yeah, so that's a tough one because it's quite an in-depth one to get into. But
if I just overview,
a big picture look, I would say commit to publishing at least 50 videos. So have a commitment. I'm going to publish 50 videos with a focus on the process of making videos, and not a focus on the outcome. So if you're a really disciplined person, don't even look at the stats. Don't look at the views. You can.
You know that everyone's going to look at those stats, right?
Check the stats every day. But if you can check the stats less and worry about them less, that's your best option.
Sure.
I wouldn't ignore the comments. It's hard in the beginning because you will get some negative comments, but understand that anyone who's been through this journey and has published videos and has learned how to start making videos, I've never seen anyone like that put a bad comment on someone's video when they're starting out.
Sure.
Every single bad comment I've seen is someone who's jealous of the person taking action, or they're just upset and they've actually got a problem in their life that they're unhappy with, and this is how they let it out. So I feel sorry for them and shame, but just don't even look at it. You just delete those comments. You can block the user from your channel. I wouldn't even consider them. You have a focused goal, and you're going to take action on changing your life by building this YouTube channel. So that's the only thing I would focus on, is just getting the reps in. And then
I think you said 2-minute videos, 2-3 minute videos to get quick ones out as quickly as possible, right?
Yeah, so the shorter the video is, the easier it'll be for you to get the reps in. So when we're in this phase of just the process, the length or depth of the video is not important. It's just getting you used to practicing, because we're not worried about the outcome. We just want the process. So if you can make shorter videos, it's going to be easier for you. If you're stubborn, you can make longer ones, but you just need more time then. You're going to work a little bit harder, and that's okay if you want to take that route. And then the second thing I would say is, find a mentor, find someone you can learn from who's ahead of you. And the closer they are ahead of you, so if you're starting a YouTube channel, don't find someone with 2 million or 5 million subscribers, because they've forgotten what it's like to start a channel. Find someone who's just 2 or 3 steps ahead of you, because they still remember what it feels like to be in your shoes. They still remember what the struggles and challenges are. They still understand what you're going through. So you don't need this amazing, crazy, famous mentor. You just need someone who's 1 or 2 steps ahead of you. And that's going to be the best thing for you to learn and to be guided by someone like that.
100%.
Because they're going to see the mistakes you're making, and they'll be able to make corrections and adjustments. And I always like to compare it to a flight. If you're flying from New York to Los Angeles, those little flight corrections, if you get your heading like 0.05 degrees off, you're going to land like 5 hours south of your destination. So those little course corrections, if they can just keep adjusting your heading and what kind of videos you're making, how you're doing your thumbnails and titles, and what you're covering inside the videos, those little course corrections will help you find the right kind of actions that are going to move the needle the most for you.
100%. Yeah, totally agree. Okay, well, thank you so much for that. And we've covered a lot in this video. I didn't think we would actually cover as much as we did, so I appreciate that. One last question for you, and again, don't mean to put you on the spot, but if you had to do one thing differently in your channel, your first channel that you've got monetized, what one thing would you have done, or one thing would you do? And you can have a think about it for a while, but I'll let you have your answer, and then I'll explain my one.
So if I were to change one thing, I would have started earlier, and I would have published more videos.
Okay.
I still feel like we in the learning process, and there's so much that you learn with every video that you publish. And we get so caught up in the numbers that we like, I just want to make bigger, better videos. If your videos are reaching 100 people and they're all commenting and they're all thanking you for it and helping you, get more of those videos out, because the more people you can help, the better we can make the world, and the more people are going to be out there making better videos and helping people
100%.
solve human problems. And the connections and the friends that you make from publishing videos is amazing. So yeah, if I could change anything, I would start earlier and I would publish more videos. And then one more thing I'd add in there is don't let the shiny objects distract you too much.
No.
Far too many times we like look at all these shiny things and we try too many different things. Just do one thing. Do one channel, have one focus, and do that really, really well.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I think, thanks for that, Carl. I think for my one, I think it would personally be similar to yours, actually. I think getting the reps in is super, super important. So those 2 or 3 minute videos, I think when I first started in the B team of your community, I think getting the actual reps in is really important, and doing 2 or 3 minute videos. And secondly, I would add to that not only are you wanting to get the reps in, but really try to find who you're speaking to as early as possible. I know it's not always easy for the first videos that you're making. You don't really know where your channel is, but I think if you can find out who you're speaking to, your demographic, your avatar, as it were, I think if you can find who that is as quickly as possible, your channel will grow a lot faster. Like I said to you, I think, like we said, explained before, I think when you go to topic and it's not for the avatar, it's a lot harder to grow your channel then, because once you upload that video, YouTube hasn't got that much data if you're making a video that's not for your subscribers. So yeah, that will be my one tip, and one of the things I would have done differently. Yeah.
Yeah, I think finding that focus is so important because it makes your decision making on what kind of videos to make so much easier.
Yeah,
And the other thing about finding that focus that is really good is it helps you start talking to your viewer or your ideal dream customer sooner. So you get to understand their problems more. You get to spend more time with them. You get more comments from them. You get more feedback. And as you get to know them better, you understand what they're thinking. And then you can then make the videos that they really need in that journey.
absolutely. Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. Well, Carl, look, thank you so much for doing this interview. So much, really appreciate it. And hopefully, people will have got a lot out of this interview that we've done today. Where can people find you? Obviously, you've got your YouTube channel, you've got your community. Where can they find you if they want to see more of your content?
Yeah, thanks, Des. Thanks for having me here today. It's been great to be on this podcast with you. If people want to find me, I'm Karl Bro on YouTube, and our community is the YouTube Mastermind community on School. So it's school.com/YouTube Mastermind.
Excellent, thank you. And you got another group as well, but that's more advanced, right?
Yes, yeah. So we've got our free community, which really helps people go from 0 to 100 subscribers, and then our premium community, which helps people go from 100 to 1,000 subscribers and get monetized.
Fantastic, great. Well, Carl, thank you so much. This obviously you're seeing Carl in this video, but it's not going to be the last time you'll see Carl in this video. Hopefully, if I can persuade him, he'll come and do more videos like this. Like I said to you before, the main purpose of this channel is to hopefully try and get you monetized. It's the 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. It doesn't have to be done as fast as possible, but just at your own speed. But yeah, every video, hopefully this one included, will help you to do that. So, Carl, thank you so much for the interview. Really appreciate that. And of course, yeah, we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks, Des.
So guys, there you have it, the blueprint for YouTube success straight from someone who's actually done it and is now teaching others to do the exact same, including me. And as you've seen, both Carl and I have proven that with the right strategy, you don't need to wait forever to see results on YouTube. And guys, do me a favor, drop a comment telling me which one of Carl's strategies you're going to implement first. Guys, until next time, success on YouTube isn't about luck, it's actually about strategy, it's all about consistency, and it's that early 4 a.m. hustle that most guys aren't prepared to do. Thank you so much for this, guys. My name is Des, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.